like Royals, Holtz, McFadden, Jones, and Johnson. And when they call the Hogs, it is a rite of passage. And the Razorbacks will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Duke Blue Devils offense going to get the chance to start this game off. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off the defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, they've been proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Moore. Breaks into the open. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
Barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They go right back to it. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game.
You want to get the crowd out of the game? Make it boring. Pound the football. Run the football right at them. It takes the juice away. It takes that sauce away. You don't get to those third down situations where they get absolutely bonkers, and it's hard for the quarterback to even think. Just run the football right at them.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Handoff to the lone back. At the 35, he's open. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Oh, they're after him. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to fire. Here's a hit. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And when you get this far behind the chains and it's a guaranteed passing situation, defensive linemen go to work. That's what we do. We want to get sacks. We want to rush the quarterback, especially in known situations like this. That's why the quarterback tasted that dirt.
Shoots it to the left. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Blue Devils decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. So the Arkansas Razorbacks offense will go to work for the first time. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy. He's not the most talented quarterback in the country. But when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going. So it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
The Razorbacks are in the hurry-up.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry-up, defense has to be ready.
Jackson will throw. Misses receiver there. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go to go.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let him get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Punt is on its way. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay it.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at 42. The Blue Devils send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. From the gun, give on the inside. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
And the Razorbacks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Bring in the heat. Stands in and takes the hit. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Quarterback could not have walked that ball and placed it into the hands of his receiver any better. That was a perfect throw. Wide out, deep downfield. You got to finish the play.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy's quarterback. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 46.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rush. And, oh, man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Razorbacks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Jackson gonna throw it. Oh, he's gonna take a shot at the DB. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes you're just too open.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Fires to the big fella. He stopped short, and it's 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
And the Razorbacks will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. He leaves it with the back. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
To the ground with the back. Plows through the defense. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll leave it with him. Creates a little room. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man, it's Brown. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. And the Blue Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And nice job by the defense. Understanding second and short, they're playing run. You can see super physical, now forcing the third down and short.
On 3rd and short, they'll go to the power running game. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. We'll give him a couple on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing out.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Gonna run it. It's Marshall. There he goes. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. But I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
For just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback duplicitous in his dealing. Some would even say sneaky.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They are a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Marches ahead. Into the... He goes. Touchdown, Duke.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Auburn escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think those Tigers fans there today could have done without this one being so close. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He just missed the target on that one. Gotta put it on his body.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Jackson will throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Razorbacks will send out the punt unit. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Going right to work up top. Pressure coming. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
The give to the tailback. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. Right down the gut of the field. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast. You can tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover.
Turning it on! The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Arkansas! Once he got some room, it was over.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man. And sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Leaves it with the back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Blue Devils with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed, it's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Razorbacks want to move quickly. They'll move the wide receiver. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back.
Let's go.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down.
White 53. White 53.
Jackson gonna throw it. Makes the grab on the left. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Razorbacks line up to punt it away. Wants to return it. He'll be brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what that one's about.
Illegal flag.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Poor starting field position here for this offense. Wants to go up top on 1st down. That's caught. It's Little.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
That last completion sets them up on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he hurt.
Well, the defense finally gives... That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Jackson will throw. Finds his man. It's Peterson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Razorbacks want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw on third down. Caught in the backfield. It's Peterson. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down. The punt team makes its way onto the field.
In punt formation to kick it away.
You couldn't dial it up much better than that as he knocks it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Now they'll run the draw. He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard games just because of the body blow effect.
He'll be guided out of bounds at the 17 and a productive play there. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. First and 10 from their own 17. Leaves it with the running back. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. And with that last carry, into triple digits, over 100 yards for the day.
And he's showing you power. He's showing you speed. He's showing you make you miss. He really is showing you he's a complete back. And by the way, it's still the first down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
They'll run the screen. Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Hand off from the shotgun. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Blue Devils kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Gets it out fast. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of...
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Duke.
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. And now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Yeah, and those quarterbacks have the opportunity with those RPOs. They can quickly give it to the running back and make it a run, and he pulls it. I'm not sure it's the right decision, or maybe he just didn't get his feet set and everything went well, but obviously that play didn't work real well.
And the third down pass is incomplete.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practiced this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun, and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent in these situations. So I think you could get a good chunk play and then possibly get a field goal to tack on before the half.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. He's going for a big play downfield. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. One more snap coming before halftime. Jackson gonna throw it. He lobs one high down the left side. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling an intriguing one so far in Fayetteville. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see 2 offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Razorback Stadium.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. The Razorbacks come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Jackson will throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Razorbacks will try to pin them back with the punt. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Looking for room. It's Marshall. Into the pile. Maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Here's the handoff. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Hold offense.
That penalty cost them a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Setting up the screen. Makes his way out to the 20 before he's stopped, and that'll bring up the 4th down. The Blue Devils will punt it away on 4th down. Looks it in at the 40. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. Leaves it with the back. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
When you got the ball on their side of the field on 4th and 1, you are absolutely going to go for it and be aggressive. Am I right?
You are right. You know, some may say the quarterback talked the coach into it, but the quarterback's decision is on 3rd down. If he doesn't get it, 4th down is up to the coach.
And listen, every player wants to go for it. The coach always makes the decision. The players always make it.
Jackson gonna throw it. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that was so close to a turnover in the end zone. The defense almost with the huge play.
And this offense is just, they've struggled to get in a rhythm. And I like they take a shot down the field, but interested to see how they can maybe get some easy completions for this quarterback and get him in a little bit of a rhythm.
Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one. A 47-yarder from the right hash. Absolutely perfect. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Here's the fly sweep. Shakes off the defender. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
And that's the hard thing about defending this play. You got so much speed coming across the formation. They can get to the edges quickly, and you limit the damage. It's not a huge play, but they pick up a little chunk, and you put those together, and they can get you first downs.
Trying play action. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and shuffling, and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but, hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And the Blue Devils will line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make them.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And if this offense wants to get back in the football game, it starts up front. Like, they've got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback. A 3rd down and long situation coming up. They'll have another opportunity. They got to keep their quarterback upright.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Razorbacks will call on their punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes a move. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but, David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tighter, cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
He's looking to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Brown. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Finds his tight end. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Now they'll run it to the right here. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Give to the running back. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Blue Devils pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. They're working that left side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's why, as a defense, you can stay in your base personnel because of that linebacker. You don't have to substitute DBs to take on these receivers out in space. This linebacker is quick, he's athletic, and he is outstanding tackling people in the open field.
Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. The give to the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And it's no good. After the miss, the lead still at 11. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Jackson will throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. And the Razorbacks will bring the punt team onto the field.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Hauls it in at the 40. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. From the gun, running back gets the give. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Fires to the right. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with...
Breaks into the open. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He breaks the tackle. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And you know what? The best third down offenses don't get to third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard, got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs third downs if you can just pound it down their throat on 2nd down?
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And this drive feels like it's just gone on forever, right? The clock is just ticking away. The defense is aware of that. It's got to be frustrating because you just allowed another first down, fresh set coming up. You've got to do something to stop this bleeding.
And the Blue Devils back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. They'll give it to the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
He did not make it a stonewall on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. From the gun, he leads it with the back. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. The Razorbacks racing to the line in the hurry-up. The give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Chucked it away just as he was hit.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number 1 for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
Throws to the tight end. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And he's out of bounds, but not before a good, sizable pickup. And that has been a rare sight in this one. And the Razorbacks with the 1st and 10. Jackson gonna throw it. Fires to the wideout. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wants to throw again. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
To the air on 2nd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Brown. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Quick release by the QB. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Razorbacks want to crank the tempo. Jackson will throw. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. Wants to go up top. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished. This offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good as they close to within a touchdown, 24-17. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the American fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Army has the lead right now. Feels like they've been on top since they parachuted the ball into Michie Stadium, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by just one over Rice. We'll circle back. If anything big happens in this clash in the American, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Catch in the middle. It's Johnson.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The Blue Devils in a good spot here with second and short. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Defense fills those gaps. He's got one to the 28. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Blue Devils really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Sets up the screen. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
The Blue Devils will have it 1st and 10. Looking for room. It's Denson. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Blue Devils have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Firing to the right, complete. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They go to the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. The Blue Devils decide to punt it away. Let's see what he can do with it. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Jackson gonna throw it. Fires to the big fella. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Fires downfield. Snagged in the middle. It's Clapp. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. Looking to throw again. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Finds his man in the middle. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
The clock is stopped. No gain on the play. Brings up second down.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Jackson will throw. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And they make the striking connection, and they've got it down to the 13-yard line, a red zone chance. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late.
The ball to stop the clock. No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to throw, and he's running out of time. He's got it and still on his feet. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more...
Touchdown, Arkansas! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offensive line has got to be able to hold up here for this QB.
Yeah, because you need to take shots beyond the sticks so the clock will stop.
Gonna take a shot. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender. So the game will continue for at least one more play as the penalty gives the offense an untimed down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Looking downfield on 1st down. He wants to take the top off. He's got it inside the 30. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. And the Blue Devils moving quickly to the line. To the air on 1st down. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. It'll all be decided right here. Win or lose on this kick. Kick is good. The big leg delivers the winner. And with that, they've taken the lead. Guys, that one was a ton of